Hello and welcome to episode 674. Today's session, the topic is this: how to make a bigger business impact. All right. If you're watching this on replay, please make sure you leave me a comment because I always respond. If you think somebody would like to get some information from this that could help some people, either friends of yours or in your team or in your business or your associates, by all means share it. I'm more than happy to do that. All right. Penny Kennedy, nice to have you on board. Thank you very much. Okay. And my best wishes to Wade as well, by the way. So, how to make a bigger business impact. All right. If you want to change your circumstances, if your business is not doing what you really want right now, right? If you want to change your circumstances, then the first thing, of course, you've got to change is you, right? And your mindset. And so I want to look at this today. I want you to think, what do you think highly successful people have that the average Joe doesn't have, right? From a mindset perspective, what do you think these successful people have that you may not have yet, or the average Joe might not have yet? Janet Clipper, hello, nice to see you. Niha Lata, nice to see you. Thank you very much. Hong Kong and USA is in the house. Good to see you. All right. So what do the successful people have that the average Joe doesn't have? All right. Think about that. Is it greater charisma? No. Is it greater levels of enthusiasm? No. Is it greater levels of education? No. Is it better sales skills? No. Is it that they're really good communicators? No. None of that. Okay? The only thing, right? The only thing that a really highly successful person has that you may not have yet is the courage, right? Think of this carefully. Is the courage to do the things that you're afraid of. That's what differentiates the successful people from the unsuccessful people. Let me just check. I might have missed somebody. Yvonne Jones, lovely to see you. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Okay. All right. So that's what separates highly successful people from the average Joe. They have the courage to do the things that they're afraid of. So I'm challenging you today. I want you to stop living in a loser's world. I'm not saying you're a loser. I'm simply saying we've gone through a tough 2020 and we're all talking about making 2021, right, a really good year. The ability to pivot, absolutely, Neha. I like that idea, absolutely. If we want to make 2021 a really good year, then let's not just talk about it. Let's do something about it. That's what I'm really trying to say to you, right? So I want to think about this. What could you be afraid of? I want to send some things out to you now, because if any of these things you were afraid of, then you need to handle them, okay? For example, are you afraid of accepting the fact that maybe you're talking to the wrong sort of people? Think about that. Many people are not talking, many marketers, many small business entrepreneurs are failing, right, because they're talking to the wrong people and they don't feel comfortable talking to anyone else. That's the crazy bit about it, all right? I'm just making sure I haven't missed anybody. Oh, I have. Mary Gainstriggs, thank you for joining. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. Courage is essential to be the lead. Absolutely, Yvonne. Courage is essential to be the lead in your business. Neha, courage to do the things you're afraid. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. So that's one. Having the courage to do the things you're afraid of in terms of that. Accepting the fact that you're talking to the wrong people, maybe, right? Number two, getting your prospects and clients to actually face their reality, face their truth, face what is really right for them. I can tell you, just being nice to people doesn't help them. Being courteous and nice is fine, and being empathetic is nice. But if you're not telling them the truth, if you're not getting them to face the truth, then you're really doing them an actual big disservice, right? Anthony Pacelli, good morning to you, good evening. Santa Claus, lovely to see you. Thank you very much indeed, my man. All right, so getting your clients and prospects to face their truth and reality is really key. It means you need to have the guts. You need to have the courage to ask the right questions and the tough questions to challenge people, right? Are you afraid of being prepared to say no, right? Not everybody is the right customer for you. So you've got to be prepared to say no, and you've got to be prepared to disqualify certain people, because we don't fit everybody's ideal picture, right? Accept that. Are you afraid to have the courage to say these 3 words, and these 3 words in particular are something that could differentiate you from everybody, right? What are they? Are you afraid to have the courage to say, I don't know? I don't know. If you can say that when it's really important, when it's true, that is a very powerful thing for you to do. People will respect you for that. People will admire you for that. I can tell you there's nothing worse than you trying to make up a story on the spot. You look truly terrible, all right? Near I did that, making them sit in their pain and face it. Yeah, good to hear, good to hear. All right, so having the courage to say, I don't know, all right? Next one. Are you afraid of being transparent? In other words, being completely open with people and being vulnerable. What I'm saying there is, are you afraid to share your own limitations? Because if you are, then you are fooling yourself and people will see through you because it's a facade. You've got to be real. And this is a fear you need to overcome. Are you afraid and have fear of telling people that they're wrong, right? Because I can tell you the custom is not always right. And we've got a customer experience expert here in Yvonne Jones, okay? And I'm happy I'm not treading on your toes or you're disagreeing with me. Customer service is an absolutely important part of our work with people. But telling them the truth is also an important part. And that's my point to you. You need to have the courage to tell them that they're wrong if they're thinking the wrong thing. That's all part of your service and giving value to them, right? And if you're scared to do that, then I can tell you, you will not make the biggest impact you need to make. That's the whole message of today. And by the way, are you scared of letting people know that you are not their best option, right? Because if you're not their best option, please tell them that. Sure, sales are important. Without cash flow, you haven't got a business. But your business won't go anywhere, and neither will you if you start taking on potential customers and clients that you really can't help, that you really are not the right person for them. Short-term cash flow will lead to a medium and long-term disgrace as well as business ruin. All right? So make sure you've got the courage to tell people that you're not their best option. Now, when you do any of these things that you're afraid of, if you can't do this, then not only will you fail, but every time you do that, your fear paralyzes you a little bit. And inside of you, deep inside of you, a little bit dies every single time. All right? And when a little bit inside of you dies because of this fear of paralysis that you have, then your level of confidence goes down. Your level of self-worth goes down. Your level of self-belief goes down. And this is not really a smart way to run a business. Just maybe hold it for a minute. Penny, I used to be afraid to share my story, but now I'm an open book. It makes a big difference in my business. Beautiful to hear, Penny. Absolutely. Yes, business is important to me, but people are more important. I agree. Anthony, I don't know, is the most powerful and authentic statement you can make. Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I agree. All right. So thank you very much for your involvement, guys. And I love it. I'll respond to all your comments when I finish. All right. So they are the things you may be afraid of. I'm nearly there, okay? So my question to you is this. When is enough going to be enough? If you want to make 2021 a hell of a year, if you want to make a bigger business impact, you've got to ask yourself, when is enough going to be enough? Put it another way. How many people's lives have you not impacted so far this year when you had the chance to? Okay? How many people's lives have you not impacted because you refuse to step up? Because you refuse to get outside your comfort zone? Because you refuse to do the thing that you know you should do, but you're afraid to do it? All right? I know this is a bit of tough love, but I want to get it out there early in the year so we can all start to give each other a chance to get what you want to get to instead of fooling yourself, all right? And I'm not setting myself up as an expert because I've made exactly the same mistakes, all right? So, my point is this. Don't let your fears be more important than solving the real problems and desires of the people you are trying to help. If you do that, then you are not going to provide the service and value that they're looking for. They won't get any value. You won't get any worthiness out of it. And your level of self-belief and worthiness and enjoyment and satisfaction and fulfillment will suffer. And so these hard truths to you are the key elements in helping you make 2021 one heck of a memorable year. I hope you take it in the spirit I gave it to you, because it's from the School of Hard Knocks. I'm sharing with you some things that I've made, some tough things, and I've had some tough experiences because I made these mistakes, because these fears, right, stopped me in my tracks. And until I realized it, until I accepted the fact, Peter, for goodness sake, stop doing that, right? Until I did that, I was making money, but I wasn't optimizing my potential. I wasn't really getting fulfillment. I wasn't really getting joy and happiness in my life in terms of my business. So therefore, that's why I wanted to share it with you, all right? My call to action, very simple, very simple. I have a PDF if you're interested. And if you're interested, message me. Don't leave me a comment. Message me. The actual PDF is called Moments of Truth. This is a bit of tough love too, right? Moments of Truth. If that's of interest to you, let me know in a message and I'll make sure I share it with you. Thank you again for your listening to me. I hope what I've shared with you today helps you. Yvonne, I love the point about being willing to say no to enrolling clients who become a nightmare. You're acting out of inauthenticity and neither will benefit. Absolutely true, yes. But it's very easy for people to do that because they don't have the guts to actually say no. Okay? It's really important. Thanks, Yvonne. I appreciate you. All right. Many blessings from Thailand. Thank you once again for sharing your time with me. And remember, if you think someone could get value out of this video, please share it. Okay? Until next time, best wishes. Bye for now.